Hey, what's up everybody? Piston2x here, and I'm bringing you my second map pack video. This one here is on the map Stockpile. This is my first zone video here of the new map packs, so I'm going to explain the zones here in the beginning for those of you who have never seen my zone videos before. The safe zones are in green there, and those generally are going to get you the most kills and the least amount of deaths. So basically what these zones are going to do here is basically show you where you need to be at on the map, and what I'm trying to do is make the game more simple for you and make you more successful at each of these maps, and so you can learn them quicker. And then as you saw there in the beginning, the danger zones were in red. What those are is basically you're going to get about the middle amount of kills, the second amount of most kills of the three zones in the danger zones, and the most amount of the deaths usually, because those are high traffic areas where they're high risk, high reward. You can pick up a lot of kills in them, but the chances of you dying are really high also. So those are generally going to be the zones that you want to stay out of. And then in orange, you saw a lot of orange there in the beginning when I showed you each of the zones. Those are the transition zones. And what those are, that's where you're basically going to spend all your time sprinting from one side of the map to the other, or you're going to be sprinting from one safe zone to another safe zone. So those really aren't going to have too much action going on. You're really not going to get too many kills from those, and you're really not going to get too many deaths either. And then also another thing for those of you who have never seen my zone videos before, down in the bottom left there, I have the color code so you can see what zone I'm in at all times. So that's a basic overview of how my zone videos work. And what I do, as I said again, is simplify the game for you and make it easier for you to play these maps so you can kind of see the areas that you want to be going in. Alright, let's get more into the specifics here on Stockpile. The building that you just saw me in right there, and I'm going to be going back there again, and that's the building that I got a lot of my kills in, and that's the building that I suggest you use. When I just got killed there, it's not because I was in the building, it's because I was being an idiot and I was out here on this railway when I shouldn't have been. If you stay inside here and they keep on running into me, and you just stay inside, set up your motion sensor and or jammer, and you should be pretty good in here, because as you're going to see, they're just going to keep on running in here, and there's nothing that they can do about it. And I just keep on killing them one after one, whether they have ghosts on or not. And what I like to do with the safe zones is try to find spots that are going to give you a lot of cover, and it's going to make it really hard for them to kill you. And the building that I just showed you there is one of those spots, or that I'm in right now. And if you're wondering what I'm using right here, I'm using the Galil with the silencer with flak jacket, steady aim, and hacker. I usually use those 3 perks. Actually, I take that back. I didn't use steady aim. I'm using sleight of hand. So yeah, those are generally the 3 perks, and I'm using the motion sensor too. So that's my basic class setup that I use on most of my classes. So for those of you who are less experienced and trying to get better at this game, use a class setup like that. You know, you can switch around your assault rifle, but a class setup like that is good. And as you saw right there, again, I got careless, jumped out of the window. That was a really dumb thing for me to do, and jumped right into the danger zone and got killed. So what you can see from my gameplay here is just, it sort of it sets an example. It teaches you lessons at all the times that I die, and it sets an example so you can see, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. The times that I die, you see it's because I ran into the safe zones, or I take that back, because I ran into the danger zones. If I ran into the safe zones, I should be getting kills, right? But yeah, it shows you that if you're running into the danger zones, you're going to be picking up deaths. And I'll show you at the end of the game what I won in each of the zones. So you're going to see that I got a ton of kills in the safe zone, like I should, and then barely any deaths in that. And then in the danger zone, I got a medium amount of kills, as I mentioned earlier in the video, and then the most amount of deaths. So once again, what this zone video does, it proves to you that my zones work. And as I said again, it makes the game a whole lot simpler for you, and it takes you out of the high risk, high reward zones like the danger zones, and puts you more into the low risk, high reward zones like the safe zones. So as you can see right here, I am down here in the danger zone, down here by B. I'm trying to pick up one more kill for my chopper gunner, and when I do get my chopper gunner, I completely dominate with it. So if you're wondering what kill streak setups to use on this map, a chopper gunner definitely is a good one. You might think, oh, there's a lot of buildings on this map, but if they're spawning outside, they can't get into the building. So this map is a really good map to use a chopper gunner. Then I'm also using counter spy plane and Blackbird, if you're wondering what my other kill streaks were. But as I said, chopper gunner, gunship, even attack helicopter. That's a good thing to use on this map. And then there's I think my third example now of where I was in the danger zone and I got killed. So I think I might die like one more time, and I do end up dying once in the safe zone. But from the deaths that you've seen already, or I'm not sure exactly how many deaths I have right now, but from the deaths that you've seen in the danger zone, keep note of those, and you can kind of see, you don't want to be going in there, and that's what's going to happen. And right there is my death in the safe zone. So now here I'm going to call my chopper gunner. And I think I get like 16 or some kills in this. But so that's basically the overview of Stockpile here. There's a few other safe zones that I didn't really use as much, but just head back to the beginning of the game and I show you the safe zones. And you can kind of see some of the other spots that I have for you using. For the transition zones, if you're a camper, you're going to be camping in the transition zone. So what I'm telling you right now is don't use the transition zones for camping. Use the transition zones for moving to your safe zone. And when you're using your safe zone and say that they just keep on running into you, you gotta make the decision, and I've said this in earlier videos, you gotta make the decision when to get out of there. And when you do finally decide to get out of there because they're starting to overrun you, take yourself into the transition zone. Don't go through the danger zone to get to your next safe zone. It's kind of hard to explain this because I have to say zone all the time. I need to probably think of a better word for that. But yeah, as I was saying, go into the transition zone when you're leaving the safe zone, and instead of the danger zones, because that's, as I said, is high risk, high reward. So your chances of dying in there are pretty high. And generally, when you're going to be leaving those safe zones, is you're usually going to be on a kill streak. So you don't want to be heading into those areas where your chances of dying are really high. So as you can see right here, now my chopper gunner's all over. I go 47-4 in this game, I believe. So basically the rest of this game here now, we have 2 of the flags, and we're up by a lot. So I'm basically just trying to pick up as many kills as possible. I think I do end up capturing B, or I sit on B and I backed off of it right at the last second. So I only do get 1 capture in this game, even though I technically probably had 2. But, don't flame on me for not capturing. Once we had these flags here in the beginning, there really was no need to capture, and I was doing my part as the Slayer and picking up a lot of kills. And as you can see, that guy right there was running around with a ballistic knife, so that helped me out a lot there. When you you always got those retards on the other team running around with a ballistic knife. Don't you just love those? Because they give you free kills. You just love getting those free kills from idiots that love to run around with a crossbow and ballistic knife thinking that they're sweet. I'm trying to think of more stuff to say here on Stockpile, because this map really is pretty simple. Basically, the whole map revolves around that center building there where B is. And from the overview of the map that I showed you in the beginning of the video, you can kind of see that one side of the center building there is all danger zone. That's really going to be spots where you really don't have too much cover, and then where I'm at right now, or I'm heading into the danger zone now. But then you can kind of see the other side was safe zones. And what you can do is you can climb up a ladder in this one part right when you go through the garage door where I was just a few seconds ago. You can climb up this ladder and you got a good overview of that room. So that's another good spot in there that you might want to think about using. And then basically around that building you got basically 2 pathways, and those pathways, as you saw, as I have, is danger zones, and basically on each side of those danger zones are just transition zones. So really you're not going to be wanting to go in there. You're just going to be kind of ignoring those parts. You will see me going through there kind of using them as transition zones, but I shouldn't have been doing. But that's basically the gist of Stockpile here. So I go 47-4, as you're going to see. I pick up one last guy here with the Kypris. But once again, I go 47-4. We won 201 to 103. And right here in a second, I'm going to show you what I won in each of the zones. You can see right here that I went 18-1 in the safe zones. And then in the danger and transition zones, had middle amount of kills in danger, least in transition, with of course the most amount of deaths in the danger zones. So you can kind of see that everything worked out like they were supposed to. So I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please thumbs up, please subscribe, and check out more of my map hack videos that are going to be coming out really soon. See ya.